Okay, it is game time. On screen, we have a game called Will the Real Service Centers Please Stand Up? Check out this list. What do you think, Neva? Don't answer just yet. The next slide will give the answer anyway.
Oh, I love a good research admin game show moment. All right, folks, here we go. Will the real service centers please stand up? On the screen, we've got a list of UCF centers, and we want you to play along. Think to yourself, which of these are actual Office of Research approved, rate reviewed service centers? Advanced Materials Processing and Analysis Center, AMPAC, Program Evaluation and Educational Research, PEER, Lake Nona Corps Flow Cytometry and Imaging Core, Florida Solar Energy Center, FSEC, Clinical Skills and Simulation Center, Center for Research and Education Simulation Technology, CREST. Now, don't shout it out just yet. We don't want to spoil it. The next slide's going to reveal the truth.
This is always a fun one because some of these names sound incredibly official, right? I mean, they've got acronyms, fancy words, and in some cases, legit research happening inside.
Totally. But as we've been saying, just because it sounds like a service center doesn't mean it meets the criteria. So take a second, make your guesses, and we'll see how many you got right after the break.
Kidding. We don't do cliffhangers in research admin. Let's go to the next slide and reveal the answers. Some of these are surprising, huh?
Oh, absolutely, Mark. Some of these are definitely surprise entries, or in some cases, surprise omissions. Let's review. AMPAC, emphatic. Nope. The Advanced Materials Processing and Analysis Center is a research hub, but it is not a service center. However, the Materials Characterization Facility within AMPAC, that one is a service center. Sneaky, right?
What about peer?
Yes, it is. The Program Evaluation and Educational Research Unit is an official service center. It provides evaluation services and has approved rate-based billing. All right, the next one. Lake Nona Corps. Flow cytometry and imaging? It is not a service center. It's a shared lab space, but it doesn't have an approved rate structure or billing mechanism through Workday.
I totally got that one wrong.
They can be tricky with the names. Now, what about FSEC, the Florida Solar Energy Center? This is one of those trickier ones. FSEC itself is not a service center. It's a state-funded research institute with its own line item in the state of Florida's budget. However, its IT operations, which include things like server hosting and virtual computing, are run as a service center. Clinical Skills and Simulation Center? Not a service center. It may charge for access or have structured sessions, but it doesn't go through the Office of Research's Service Center approval process. And finally, CREST, the Center for Research and Education Simulation Technology? Ding, ding, ding! Yes, this is an official service center. They provide immersive, VR-based research tools and bill for usage through approved methods.
So, if you guessed 3 or 4 correctly, you're on your way to being a service center sleuth. But if you guessed them all, you might want to apply for a compliance analyst job. We're hiring.
This game really drives home the point. The name on the door doesn't matter as much as the structure behind it. Always check for official approval, rate documentation, and billing practices.